Assalamu alaikum and a very good day, students. Today I am CSC134 Arjuna and I'm going to give a lecture on Chapter 3 Input and Output Devices for our class of CSC134 Computers and Information Processing. As shown in this slide are the learning outcomes. So you can take your own time to read through the learning outcomes. Introduction for this chapter, we have seen the computer processing that involve three important steps, and the steps are listed there: I, P, O: input, process, and output. And you can see the notes there. It mentioned input device, convert what we understand into the system unit can process. Output devices convert what the system unit has processed into a form that we understand. So for this video lecture, I'm going to talk about input devices. And on this slide, you can see there are various input devices. Maybe some of them you have come across and used, some of them you have heard of, and maybe some of them is very new to you. So first of all, what are input devices? Input devices are the device that we use to bring data into the computer system or computer memory for processing, meaning that the data come from outside of the computer, from the real world, and it is then being brought into the computer for processing, from outside the computer into the computer. So whatever device that can help to transfer or capture data from the real world outside into the computer are input devices. What is input? In this slide, you can see there are various examples of input: keyboards, mice or mouse, pointing device, scanning, image capturing, audio input. So all these are input devices. On this slide, we are going to look at keyboard entry. Keyboard as an example of input device. You can see there's traditional keyboard that we use on our PC, laptop keyboard. Virtual keyboards are the keyboard that we have on our phones and also on tablet, yeah? And also some keyboard like in the picture, whereby you can move a pointer on your keyboard using your thumb. Pointing device. So pointing device is whereby how you communicate as a user with your screens, with the icon or with the point to click and so on your screen. We will see various type of pointing devices as listed here. The first pointing device is mouse. You can see various example of mouse, optical mouse. Why is it optical? Because as shown in the picture, the bottom part of the mouse is controlled using laser or lighting. So that's why it's called optical. The next one is wireless mouse. This is very common. A lot of people use wireless mouse, wired mouse, and then touchpads, of course, on a lot of laptops. Next, we look at touch screen. So remember, touch screen is an example of a pointing device, which is also an input device. Okay, you can touch your screen with your fingers, or you can write on your screen using a pen, and this pen is called stylus. Next, gaming controller. So how do you communicate With your game, you use various devices to control your games as shown in this slide. The next input device is scanning devices. So you use scanner to scan or to capture image from outside, and then you keep the image in your computer as a soft copy. So you are capturing something from outside of the computer being converted into digital form and save it in your computer. The next one are card readers, okay, that can read credit cards, various cards, and these are used in supermarkets. Nowadays we use chips rather than magnetic card reader as shown in this slide. The next input device are barcode readers. Barcode readers, when we want to buy item in the supermarket, in the grocery markets, they will scan to get the price and to calculate the total of what we buy. Okay, and a QR code scanner can do this as well. And nowadays we use apps, special apps, to capture or to input QR code data. The next one is character and mark recognition readers. As you can see, an example down there, OMR, optical mark recognition, usually being used in examination, multiple choice question, whereby you highlight your answer using a pencil, you blacken the mark, and then the computer will read it. So what are the devices that read your answer? It is an optical mark recognition device. RFID, radio frequency identification. I want you to watch a link in YouTube that will define and also explain further what is RFID. NFC, near field communication, is an example of usage of RFID. And NFC, one example of using NFC is when we pay in the supermarket, we use our card and we use Wave, for example. Yes, so that is example of NFC, and NFC is an example of the usage of RFID. Okay, we continue with image capturing device. So digital camera, webcams, they capture image from the real world and transfer it into the computer and make the image or video become digital image and digital video. Audio input, as I'm talking right now, I'm talking to my microphone and my voice is captured and being transferred into the computer and saved or transferred into a digital form. So voice recognition system. Biometric authenticates devices. So in the slide you can see a biometric device authenticate. Ya, authenticate maksudnya mengesahkan, okay, a person identity, translating that person identity into digital codes. Yeah, so the next slide will show various type of biometrics devices. Okay, biometric devices can be using fingerprint, yeah, as example there. If it doesn't use a finger, it can use the whole hand geometry system as shown in the picture. Signature is also part of biometric system. Yeah, signature verification system, and you can see some of postage company are using signature verification system, whereby you can just sign, yeah? Put your signature on the tablet or on the smartphone, yeah, of the person that sent the package to you. The next one is face recognition system. We have computer nowadays and also smartphones that can being unlocked by using face recognition system. Voice recognition system becoming more and more popular using voice recognition, and then iris recognition system using our iris in our eyes, yeah, as a recognition system. So all these are examples of biometric, meaning that the personal traits or quality of a human being used in the system for access, yeah, into a system or access into a device. Okay, students, that's all for our lecture in input devices. For the rest of the class, please read your lab activity and also lab assignment. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum and thank you.